I've been watching the TV shows. I've been reading the articles online. I know several real estate agents. Why do I need to hire one for myself when I can just do this on my own, save that commission, and ultimately save myself some money? It's really not that hard. These are many of the thoughts that consumers in today's marketplace face. Unfortunately, the industry has done a poor job of actually conveying the value of true expertise and really, what is that expertise? As a result, consumers, as wise as they are going to try to save money where they can, especially if they don't see the value in the services they're paying for. Unfortunately, in real estate, you're competing with a ton of competition. And oftentimes that competition is coming from professionals. While there are many agents in the marketplace who offer very little to no value, the ones who do offer value offer a tremendous amount of it, and they sell the majority of the homes in the market. If you're trying to do this on your own, you're ultimately going to be competing with those people. Think of yourself as an amateur athlete trying to compete with high-level Division I players, professional players, all-star level players, and Hall of Fame level players all at the same time. You probably wouldn't fare that well. It would be the same situation if you're trying to go at real estate alone. Just don't do it. In 2021, now more than ever, it's important to have a trusted real estate professional guide you through the process of purchasing or selling a home. The reason being, since the last market crash in, let's say, 2008 to 2010, there have been just a massive amount of new agents who have entered the market because, like many things, when the getting is good, everyone wants a piece of the pie. What that means is there are a lot of unskilled and inexperienced agents who are in the market. And unfortunately, that coupled with the fact that we are in a extremely low, very competitive market, it really sets the perfect stage for buyers and sellers to be taken advantage of and not have their needs met. Expertise, now more than it has ever been, is going to be the single most valuable thing that you can have in your next real estate transaction. Do not take this for granted. The real estate industry has really done the consumer at large a disservice over the years because it set the consumer up for failure. How? Well, unfortunately, in the online world, which is where, let's face it, probably close to 100% of home searches and home selling processes begin, the click is king. It's all about what can get the most views, what can be the most eye-catching, what can get the most clicks, because clicks for many search engines generate revenue. Unfortunately, what that means is oftentimes the information that's being put out there is based more on trying to be attention grabbing than it is to actually provide value. The real estate market has always been very competitive. However, since there's such a flood of agents in the market and it's really an oversaturation, what that does is put the consumer in a disposition by way of having agents lower their standards, step outside of the things that are morally and ethically proper for the real estate agent. And what that ultimately means is doing the client a disservice because, again, there's so much misinformation out there. Zillow.com, Realtor.com, OpenDoor.com, Redfin.com. I've been using all of these sites for the last 12 months. That's all I need. I just got to get out and see the houses at this point. Unfortunately, it's not quite that simple. What these websites don't tell you is that they are actually not in the real estate business. All of these websites are publicly traded entities that have one job: to make money for its shareholders. All of these companies are technology companies who just happen to work in the real estate industry. The systems and things that they put into place have very little to do with helping the consumer actually win and make money or avoid losing money in each transaction. And it has much more to do with how do we get the most traffic and views to our site so that we can continue to generate revenue because we have to appeal to our shareholders. What you want to do is take everything that you read and see on these websites with a grain of salt. They're great tools. I will not take away from that. However, to assume that all you need in the process is the information from these websites, and that everything you see or read there is gospel, is a very big misconception, and it's ultimately going to be a mistake that's going to cost you time, energy, the home you want, and probably a lot of money in the process. Picture this in your mind. You're about to enter into one of the most important meetings in your entire life. Would you rather walk into that meeting unprepared, winging it off the cuff? Or would you take the time to really lay out a strategy that's going to deal with possible scenarios you may face, have some responses to those already ready, and really set yourself up for a winning situation? This is really the approach that you have to think of buying or selling a home in. We're going to go out there into the market to find our home that we're going to be living in for the next several years or forever. That's a huge life decision. Why would you try to go at that without anything less than a custom tailored plan that's been designed specifically to address your needs, your wants, and your concerns? If you're going into a real estate transaction with a cookie cutter, one size fits all approach that's often offered by many agents who are either one, less experienced, two, not really that concerned about clients and just view them as transactions, or a combination of discount brokerages, so on and so forth, more than likely what you're giving up is that custom tailored approach. You're not getting the same level of care and customization, and it generally is going to equate to being the equivalent of walking into that most important meeting in your life unprepared.